Hey, my name is Jesus Castillo, and in this video you are going to learn about binary trees and how to create one in Ruby. So what is a binary tree? Well, it's this right here. As you see right now on my screen, that's a binary tree. And one of the main characteristics of the binary trees is that it's based on nodes, and every node can have two other nodes coming off from it. So it has, for example, this root node, the 2, it has a value, which is the number, and it has two other nodes, as you can see by the arrows. And these other nodes are called left and right. And 7 and 5, which are the nodes that come from the root, also can have two other nodes. And that's how the tree keeps expanding. Now, how do you build this in Ruby? Because this is a visualization of the binary tree. But if we go to code, it's actually pretty simple. Have a tree node class right here, and this class represents one of these nodes. What do we need? Well, we need a way to store this value, and we need a way to point to these two other nodes. So that's why I have value, left, and right. So this one node, and we just need to initialize it with the value that we want. To create our tree, we create a node, and we just keep adding new nodes into the tree. So for example, we can add to the left of the tree, we can add another node, and this can be the value 3, for example. And to the right of the tree, we can add another node, and this can be, for example, 8. And now we have a tree with 3 nodes, and we can see this by printing it. Of course, it doesn't look fancy like the image because it's a visualization, but in here we can actually see the structure if you pay attention, if you look carefully. So the first thing we see here is an object of type tree node. So that's our class that we created, and the value is 5. So this is this object right here. That's the root of the tree. Now on the left there is another object, and that's another node with the value 3. So that corresponds to this object, to this node. And finally, if I pretty print is with pp. And by the way, this is part of Ruby, since Ruby 2.5 is included by default. Now we can more easily see the left and right, and the right is a node with the value of 8. And this is this node right here. So that's how you build the tree, and if you want to keep building it, you can use a loop to keep reaching into the left or into the right. But you can also do manually if you want. Use a small tree. You can do 3 left left, and this will be another tree, for example 2, and 3 right left right, and this will be yet another node. And now we have a node with 5. Now we have a tree with 5 nodes. So that's how you create a binary tree, and this is the base for many other more advanced data structures. So data structure is just a way to organize data and accessing that data. And depending on how you organize your data, then you have different performance characteristics. Depending on what you're going to do, you're going to use one data structure or the other. Another example of a data structure is an array. An array is a kind of data structure. A hash is another kind of data structure. A set, stack, a queue, binary tree, All of these are what we call data structures, ways to organize your data. And this specific way is useful especially when you have something like numbers, and if you insert the numbers in sorted order, then you will be able to very quickly find if the number is in there or not. And for that, you're going to need an algorithm, and that algorithm is for finding a specific value inside this tree. And I'm going to do that in the next video. This is just the introduction to binary trees. If you are interested in computer science, or you are planning on taking some coding interviews where they ask you this kind of computer science questions, then you want to look forward for the next video where you are going to learn to traverse the tree. If you like this video, click the like button for me, say note that you like it. If you want to keep learning, watch more of my videos now, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and visit my website rubyguides.com. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you in the next video.